Well, here's a question for you guys. When's the last time have you changed the brake fluid on your motorcycle? If it's never, that's not a good thing, because it's recommended that you change it every 2 years. Reason being is it can absorb water and your brakes not function properly. So I'm going to show you guys how to test the system as well as flush it, because the last thing you want is be going down the road, you apply those brakes and them not work. But I'm going to put all the tools right here that you'll need for this job, so you can pause this video and get them. That way you can keep following along. But we're going to do this flush and test on the rear brakes, so I think it's time to get to it. So let's go. So the first thing we got to do is remove the reservoir cover. One, so we can actually check the fluid to see how much water has been absorbed into it. And two, to add fluid and flush it out. So you're going to need a Phillips head screwdriver for this. And I will say, the rear is a whole lot harder to get to than the front one. Now, to check to see how much water has been absorbed into this. And what you want to do is, with the settings, it has what kind of fluid that you're checking. So you want to make sure that that's correct, or you're going to get an inaccurate reading. So that's showing the highest percentage is 2.6%. That's not exactly great. Now this is going to get a little bit loud because I'm going to have the air compressor running to pull all that old fluid out, and then I'm going to be pulling the new fluid in so there's no air in the line. So let's get to it and get this pulled out. Now that you ran the new brake fluid through the system a few times and made sure there was no air in the system, then you want to tighten back up the bleeder valve. Alright, before we put the cap back on, want to make sure that the brakes are firm, but they seem firm there. And we're going to check with the device again. And I got to change the setting on here. And we are good. We are in that 1.4 and less range. So, can actually button this back up, put the cap back on, and the brakes are bled. Well guys, that was really easy to do. It actually took me less than 15 minutes to get all that done. But that's going to dictate if you're using an air compressor or a manual brake bleeder. Then it's going to take you a little bit longer, especially on an ABS model, because you're having to pull it through that ABS system. Now, if you pick up a brake fluid tester, you can test that fluid to make sure it's still good before the 2 years. But at 2 years, I would go ahead and flush it out no matter what, just to be on the safe side, because you don't want your brakes failing. That's not a good thing. You're already on 2 wheels, so you don't want to take that chance. But as you saw at the beginning, it was at 2.6. That's too high for me. Even though it's still in that yellow, I'd rather have it at a 2% and lower. And if you saw, the brake reservoir is so close to that engine, and right in here in the summertime, it's going to get even hotter. So I like to run .5.1 in my ABS system because it's got a higher boiling point. Now, higher boiling point, I don't have to worry as much of it breaking down and losing my back brakes. Yes, most of your stopping power is in the front, but your control is in the rear. So I don't want any of my brakes going out. That's why I run dot 5.1. You can run whatever you want. I'm just saying, well, I hope this video helps you out. That way you can check and flush your brake system. That way you don't have to take it in and have somebody else do it and cost you an arm and leg. You can do this real simple in your garage. Not many specialty tools that you need. Just really a brake bleeder. That's it. But I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you guys next time.